Did you ever try opening your CCTV camera in a browser and it just refuses to work? You have the IP address and you're on the same Wi-Fi network, but everything looks correct. But still, you are not able to access the CCTV camera through your browser. I hit the same problem. And in this video, I will explain and give demo on the issues and more importantly, the solutions. Let me show you. I'm mirroring my mobile app and I have opened the camera app, and if you access it, it perfectly works fine. I can monitor and I also play around with the settings there. So this looks normal, right? But now let me switch to the browser, and in the browser I'm giving the IP address of the CCTV camera. So in this case, I'm in the local network, so local things have given. So now if you see, I would have expected a, let's say, the login screen or something for that camera so that I can access it. Now browser says that it is not safe, but I can still say, okay, go ahead with this. And if you see, I'm still not able to access that, and that's an error. This is exactly the problem which we want to solve. I need to have access to my uh, CCTV, just like the app what I can see on the mobile. I would like to see it on the browser also. So this makes me think, what's the issue opening the browser? Yeah, I've done everything right, but that doesn't work. At this point, most of the people start thinking that, is it like, am I using some of the wrong IP address, or is it a network issue? Probably there is some camera problem, or even the browser is not properly configured. So those are all some of our prime suspects, right? But none of them are true. The real issue here is you are using a wrong protocol. So for that, we need to understand what is the protocol that is required for this specific streaming to work, and that's called RTSP. That stands for Real-Time Streaming Protocol. So now our browsers are not meant to support RTSP. So they majorly support HTTP and HTTPS kind of protocols and many other protocols, but RTSP is not supported. But your IP cameras start streaming using RTSP protocol. So if at all you want to use an RTSP protocol, here is how you have to configure it, or this is the URL what you can use it. So RTSP, as usual, it's a protocol. Then you give your username and the password, and then you give the IP address of your camera which is connected, and by default it will be connected to the port 554. Then you have to give /stream1, which will help in getting the live video stream from the IP camera. Like I mentioned, the browsers are designed around HTTP and HTTPS, and that's the reason we were not able to access the live streaming of IP camera in the browser. Okay, now let's understand how the RTSP works. It's a very simple three-step process. One, it's a client-side request. So when you have created this, the client sends the request with credentials. Okay, so device sends the RTP request to the camera using the RTSP URL, and this is the URL which we have discussed there. Okay, in this example, I assume your camera is in 192.168.1.2, and I'm assuming that we are in the same network and I should be able to access the camera in the network. When this RTSP request is sent to the camera authenticates, and if it is successful, it sends the live video. As a result, the application like VLC player or Python code also can be written, where in that you can get the live streaming of the video. The first step is to enable the RTSP on the CCTV camera using the mobile app. So to do this, first is we have to create the camera account internally that will enable the RTPS. So please note, the login account which you use to manage the CCTV camera is not same as creating this camera account. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Now go to your application, I mean the mobile app, click on the camera where you can see the live streaming. There you find the settings icon. In the device settings, scroll down. If you scroll down, then you will find the advanced setting. There you go, the camera account. Now we can see it is switched on because I had already created it. But if it is off, you have to switch it on. Then in the account, you have to give your username and password. Next step is to configure the VLC player to stream the CCTV camera feed. So please open the VLC player, open network setting, and in the network setting here you can give the URL which we had discussed earlier. So that is nothing but RTSP and the username and password which you created in the previous screen in the mobile app which I showed you. Yeah, so once you give that, and also the IP address should be given, which I had given you the input in my earlier thing. So now once it is done, if you double click that stream, here you go. You can see the live feed in the VLC player. So this is not your mobile app, but it's a VLC player. So here you can monitor your CCTV camera in your local laptop. So this is pretty cool, and similarly you can also do it in Python, and many more possibilities will open up. So now that you have seen how things work in your VLC, how do we configure the VLC and how do we get the data into the VLC, now the next step will be like, now you can build on what you have learned. Now you can write the Python script and you can create your own algorithms to detect a person detection, or if there is some movement, anything, any motion detection things. So using that you can build your own surveillance system, and nowadays it's a AI world, so now you can run many of the AI modules on the feed. Okay, last but not least, whenever you enable RTSP, you have to be very careful about it. RTSP streams are not encrypted. Okay, so you can see this is not a locked one, so the lock should be open here, so it is not encrypted. That means the communication between your application, whether it's a Python script or your VLC server, to the IP address can be intercepted and it can be hacked. So that means you also have the risk if you expose to internet. Of course there are ways to expose this to internet. Now in the demo whatever I showed, that was only in the local area network, but still that can be exposed to internet, so that you have to be really careful. Okay, I hope this video was informative. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to put it in the comments and I'll try to answer as much as possible. Yeah, thank you.